Money can't buy you class. This is my favorite song. Elegance is learned. Yes, Countess Luann. Oh, let's get into this review. I realized through watching this that in some ways I'm Sonia. Sonia is late to everything, and unfortunately I am that way, and I try not to be. I feel like it's because just like Sonia, you feel like you can do everything in like the span of a day, and you can't, because she met up with Bethany. She was early to meet up with Bethany, but Bethany wasn't there, so she went to go get a manicure, and then she ended up being late meeting Bethany for lunch. And I'm telling you, that is something I would do, because I feel like, oh, I need a manicure, she's late, let me go run and get my manicure, and I end up being, it happens to me all the time. So if any of my friends are watching, I don't mean to be late. It happens that way because I'm trying to do everything at once. It's hard being a star. I'm also really proud of Sonia for like standing her ground with Ramona. Like, Sonia used to be her doormat. Like, let's be real. Ramona walked over Sonia, and Sonia used to accept it. But I'm really just liking how, like, in this meeting with Bethany, this dinner meeting, this brunch or whatever meeting, she's just like, Ramona was wrong. She was wrong. Like, what she did was wrong. And she just has a really hard time apologizing or taking accountability for the things that she does that's wrong. And I'm like, I can't believe Sonia is saying this. You know what I mean? I'm like, could the freaking frat has ended? Could this be the end of Alabaster freaking frat? Because Sonia never goes against Ramona. So for her to be sitting with Bethany, who her and Ramona had an issue, for Sonia to be sitting with like somebody who's like her supposed enemy right now and talking against Ramona, I'm like, girl, what's going to happen at that reunion? Nasty. Oh, you know what? Sonia has been in rich circles for a very long time, but homegirl has not learned how to eat. Have you watched Sonia eat in these shows? Like, every episode that she is eating in, she is eating like it's the first time she's seen food. Like, she barely uses utensils. It's never classy. It's never classy. Even in this episode with this scene with Bethany, when she's eating the fries, she's like, like taking a handful of fries and just stuffing them in her mouth. I'm like, honey, you are on TV. This is why Sonia is good for this show. Like, she is herself. I don't feel like she ever puts it on for the camera. She is the only person. Her and no, not Teresa. Teresa Giudice puts it on. But I feel like Sonia is the only one who doesn't fake it for the cameras. I can't think of anybody else. Everybody else, I think, does a little something. But Sonia, nope. Sonia is Sonia on camera and off. Curator of cock. Bethany, you called it. I mean, if you ain't never said nothing before, sweetie, you called it. Sonia is the curator of cock. Oh, cock. Cock is still cock, but I mean, she's a curator of some elderly alabaster cock. Go ahead, Sonia. I've been watching this show for forever, and it has honestly slipped me that Dorinda married a much older man, because I'm looking at these pictures of Richard, and I'm just like, what's the age difference? You know, no shade. Listen, do what you gotta do. But I was just like, oh, wow. I thought that he was a lot younger. Like, they were at the same age. So I felt like, you know, death is death. You know what I mean? So I thought that when he passed, it was like with Carol, I thought that it was like a shock. Not a shock, but like somebody, like a young person dying. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my goodness. A death is a death, and it's always sad. But when a young person dies, somebody who has about, 50 to 60 more years of life, it's always just like, oh my gosh, it's so sad when they're cut short. But how old was Richard when he went on to glory? Because he looked old in those pictures that Dorinda was putting out of their wedding day, and she looked really young. Child. I'll say this, right? We watch these Housewives shows, and there are a lot of May-December marriages. And you know what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what's going on here, right? I feel like Dorinda really loved Richard. I feel like maybe security when you don't have security, and a better way of life when it's so hard to get ahead in this nation, especially as a single parent. And then you meet this guy who you probably wouldn't looked at him twice, but he comes in and he's like, this, I'm so ghetto. I'm thinking the words, I'm thinking of different words. but the only thing coming to mind is Captain Save-A-Ho. That's not what I'm trying to say, but like this guy that comes in and takes you out of your situation, your dire situation, and you love him for that. You love him for being a good father to your daughter. You love him for, you know, putting your daughter in a nice home and, you know, giving you security. That's love in a different way. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there might be some of that in there, but I feel like she really misses this dude, and I feel like she's thankful for what he was able to give her, you know, and that's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? It's something. Maybe I'm biased because I love Dorinda, but I just, you know, like just seeing her cry over him, I'm like, these are like real deal tears, and maybe it wasn't, you know, hot, passionate, fall in love, but a woman can fall in love with a guy like that. I'm telling you, okay? Listen, I'm an actor, right? But I'm freelancing. So I get paid with every gig. I don't have a 9 to 5 where I get paid every 2 weeks and I know what's coming in. I get, you know, you get a nice little lump sum for each job, but that has to stretch until the next one and you don't know when that's coming. So I'll be very honest with you. Some dude that I'm probably not attracted to that comes in and wants to take me out of my misery, listen, I don't know if I'll say no. My mother probably will. But, you know, I'm just like, maybe. So I understand, Dorinda. I understand. Okay, so now I don't feel bad about saying it, because even Dorinda said it. She said, I am thankful for what Richard was able to give me, the life he was able to give me. So, you know, she knows what I'm saying. She gets it, because I wasn't being shady. I observed something. Dorinda is my girl, but honey don't know how to walk in heels or boots. Dorinda, I think her legs are like slightly bow-legged. Watch Dorinda walk in boots or heels. It's always like the heels are too heavy or they're too big for her. Something, but mother has a stank walk when she walk in boots. Tinsley, you have to move. I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know which rich friend you're trying to get to put you up. I don't know why Bravo is taking forever to get your Airbnb ready, but honey, you have to get out because Sonya don't have them interns no more because probably somebody was hip to it and Bravo is probably about to get sued for not paying them interns. So I don't know what happened with it, but now she got you doing that intern work. You have to get out of there because this is how I'm telling you. There are people who act like they are generous and they want to help people out, but it's really they want to have something over people because Sonya opened her home to Tinsley, did not give her any rules or anything like that. Now it's something the girl getting, she can't bring people home. She can't do this. She can't do that. She can't go here without her. It's too many rules. You want a servant. Tinsley, get out. Oh, and as much as I love Sonya, she's so dirty. Oh, she's so dirty. Why's your ice brown? And why aren't you doing anything about it? And why did you wait for it to go from yellow to brown? Oh, she's so dirty. I mean, from the way she eats to just her hygiene. Sonya, what is going on? What was your life like before the Morgan Chase money? Like, what is going on? Back alley, backyard, back country, weirdo world did he get you from? Because I just don't understand a rich person like this. Are they always like this? You know what? I have met dirty rich people, but it's normally the kids. It's normally the kids that are trifling. It's because they all types of crazy and on drugs. I'm telling you, I've lived in LA long enough to realize I want to be wealthy, but I want to be wealthy in like Philadelphia. I don't want to be in like rich places. These people are weird. I'm happy for Countess Luann. I know that because she's married now, she loses the title of Countess, but she will always be Countess Luann to me. I'm actually really happy for her. I admit, like the rest of the ladies, I was concerned about this dude. You know what I mean? Like you never married a dude that smashed the homies. You know what I mean? Like you never get what a guy that's been through your girlfriends. It's something that you don't do, but they're older and white. So I guess it's different, but like in my community, that's a no-no. So I was very apprehensive about him. I didn't know what his angle was, but you know, she's happy. This guy really, really makes her happy and they went through with the wedding. So I mean, he must be really serious. I don't know, but the woman is happy. Let her be. Even this whole scene with her trying on the wedding dress, it really warmed my heart. It was a really sweet and warm moment to see her just so happy after she's been, you know, in a marriage that just wasn't happy. Because she spoke about, I don't know if you guys watched her special, I did, and she was just basically talking about how she didn't want her relationship to be open. Her husband requested it and she had to go along with it. Like, she was a young girl that married an older wealthy guy. Story of the housewife life. And you know, she kind of had to go along with a certain lifestyle that wasn't really what she wanted. So I feel like she finally found what she wanted and she's happy. So let the girl live. Go ahead, Countess. Marry your rich guy that don't have a title, but that's okay. He got the money, and we know what you like. I don't see it for Tinsley. I don't see it for her. I don't think she's going to come back next season because she's made this entire season about her arrest. I feel like she sat in a meeting with one of the rival producers of this show, and they spoke to her about her arrest, and she just went off on a tangent with it and just made it her entire storyline. We don't know anything about Tinsley besides the fact that she married a Mortimer. Who knows what a Mortimer is, okay? Like, I ain't from New York. I don't know that kind of money, so... Is it a Diddy? Is it a Combs? That's what I know. Okay, I know a Winfrey. I don't know a Mortimer. So anyway, she's made that her storyline, but there's nothing else. She's not interesting outside of the arrest that she keeps on mentioning. She's not doing anything besides being Sonya's servant. And it's like, girl, you have got to bring it. I told y'all a few other couple reviews ago that she is giving me Eden Sassoon, and I don't think we're going to see her next season. Tinsley, you better come up with something. You better throw a drink or something. You better expose some tea. You have got to bring it, honey, because every time you talk about this one arrest. Girl, bye. It's New York City. Everybody there get locked up. Is what that city do, okay? You don't call it the gangster city for nothing. Gangsters was born in New York City. Being arrested is not a big deal there. Calm down, girl. You know what? I do like her friend. That eccentric girl that was like driving her dog and whatever. She was weird and kooky, and I feel like she would be a good fit for the Housewives because I feel like they all fall into this line of being very similar, and I think that she will mix it up. So maybe bring her friend on and kick Tinsley to the curb because she was more interesting to watch than Tinsley. And who cares about the Upper East Side? What is going on with the East Side, the borough wars? When I lived in New York City, it was a big deal. Like, certainly if you lived in Manhattan, you wasn't getting to visit if you lived in Brooklyn. I don't know what's going on with them in their boroughs. I like New York. When I get my coins, I said if. The devil is a liar. When I get my coins, I'm gonna get me a little, I think I either want a brownstone or a flat. One or the other. I'm gonna get me a little space in New York City because I'm there all the time. So I might as well, get some real estate. Okay. They have a great skyline. I stayed at one place that had a beautiful skyline. I love that city. I really, really do. And I plan on going back, but I won't go to the Upper East Side since it's corny and it got roaches. What? I love Carol's house or her apartment when she first moved in. It was so nice. But now she has all of these animals and it is just a dump. I thought her tiger couch was so cute and so different. It's destroyed now. Like, she is just letting those animals take over. And she's the type of person who, I can't go over your house and eat because the way that apartment looks lets me know that those animals run it. There's no like boundaries or respect there. So they probably eating off plates, you know what I mean? Getting bathed in the sink, sleeping on your pillows that you put your hand on. I'm not, You can have the animal. I'm not an animal person, but I know other people are and I'm fine with that. But you just have to be clean. I have one friend who is an animal person and she keeps her house immaculate. You would never know that she has a dog. And that dog is all over the furniture, but she cleans it regularly. You know what I mean? Like, she keeps it together. Carol is the type of person who these dogs move in and they become the master. Other way around, sweetie. Other way around. I saw that Donald Trump chew toy. Yes, sis. I love the petty. When Carol first started dating Adam, I was just like, girl, get out of this. This young boy, you're 20 years older. One thing I know about white guys is that they want to have kids. Like, I'm serious. When a white man want a baby, you better give him a baby. I know too many situations where it's just like everything is all hunky-dory and all of a sudden my friend's white boyfriend want a baby and she's not ready and the relationship ends. Hello, Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? I remember that interview that Oprah had with Brad Pitt. She was like, what is it that you want to do next? He was like, babies. I want a lot of babies. Jennifer Aniston signed on for a 3-picture deal that had her tied up for about 2.5 years. What did Brad Pitt do? Get a woman that already had a whole daycare and add it to it. When a white man want a baby, give him a baby. So I was thinking, like, girl, at some point Adam's going to want kids, so you just need to just let it go. You had your fun, cut it loose. However, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, I feel like we're living in the end. Lord, please. I just feel like there's so many things going on. I just feel like America, as we know, is probably going to be over. And I'm just like, you know what? YOLO, live your life, Carol. Live your life. If you end up getting married to homeboy, enjoy it for however long it's going to last. You never know. You know, he might stick with you to the end. But why not? Why not have another wedding? Why not, you know, have fun with this young, tight guy that wants to blow your elderly back out? Girl, do it. Have fun. Experience it all. Live your life. It is A-okay. Before I had a whole different interpretation of it, but now I'm just like, girl, have fun. Because you don't know when it's going to end. The world, America, or this relationship. So just have fun. Do it. Do it. Stop holding back your feelings because you're afraid that he'll find somebody his age or younger. Take each day for what it is and enjoy it and live, girl. Live. And stop letting them damn animals tear up your furniture. Where in the hell does Ramona live? I'm always looking at her apartment or her house, whatever these things are called. And she's obviously been there for decades, okay? No shade, Ramona, but it looks dated and worn. Even with the updates, your windows, girl, 20 years and counting. Anyway, her view, I'm just like, does Ramona live across the street from the projects? Have you seen it? It's just like right in the camera's view. It's just like this apartment complex, and I'm like, that looks like the projects. Where does Ramona live? No, Ramona, you're not going to do this. Bethany does know how to be a good friend. You don't know how to be a good friend. You don't know how to apologize. This whole episode, you have just been a terrible friend. To sit there and try to talk about Bethany and be upset with her because she didn't come to your little raggedy birthday party when you brought up her softcore porn past and her daughter in the same sentence. Like, to be honest, I as a viewer had no idea that Bethany did any like video movie or whatever where her breasts were exposed. And I didn't need to know that. You put that out there. You knew exactly what you were doing. Bethany knew what you were doing. That's why she don't rock with you like that no more. That was low. See, y'all going Real Housewives of Atlanta low. Y'all better be able to come back from that. Dorinda is my favorite on this show. And I think within all the Housewife franchise, she's my favorite on the show because she does what I wish the Real Housewives of Atlanta, with all the other housewife shows, what I wish that they would do. Dorinda brings it every time, fashion-wise. Dorinda is always on point. That's why I wanted Marlo to join Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I knew at least she would bring the fashions. Those girls never bring it in the fashions on that show. So I really wanted Marlo to add that effect to it because nobody else was doing it. And this is what I love about Dorinda. Like, they're all out for drinks. Bethany looks cute, but everybody looks business casual. Dorinda is in like this deep green, like it's like a deep but like electric green fur with these beautiful like chandelier emerald earrings. Yes, girl, you were on. At the end of the day, you were on a TV show. You need to bring it. And Dorinda brings it every time. And that's why I feel like, that's why I have like this thing for her where I'm just like, she can do no wrong. You know, she has done wrong at points. Like when she thought that mistake that black guy who was there dining for the help. Anyway, she does, you know, but you can't come at Dorinda in front of me because she always brings it. She does what I wish that they would do on these shows. Bring it with the fashions, even Beverly Hills. But you know what? No shade to LA because I live out here, but y'all basic. Can I tell you? LA don't have a fashion. So I'm always looking to New York and expecting them to bring it. And to be honest, the only person who really brings it is Dorinda. Carol used to do it, but then she got into this relationship with this guy and she didn't got comfortable. So she don't be bringing it like she used to bring it. Carol used to bring it when she first started on this show. But she doesn't do it. I never saw it for Ramona. I never saw it for Sonia. Yeah, Bethany was, you know, business casual all the time. Like, she wears some power suits sometimes, but she doesn't really bring it. Dorinda brings it. That's why I love her so much, because it's probably another car chase in the city of Los Angeles. This place, I'm telling you, this place is a Fast and the Furious, okay? I live in a Fast and the Furious. There's always a car chase on the road. Anyway, that's why I love Dorinda, because she brings it. She looks sharp in this scene, and she looks sharp in every scene. Work, girl. Tinsley, get into the fashions. Maybe that'll keep you on the show. You looking dry too. Ramona, I wouldn't invite you to my funeral. You are just such a nasty person. She cusses out the Countess Luann. Well, not cusses her out, but like gets on her for not inviting her to the wedding. Like, why won't you invite me to the wedding? Why won't you invite me? I don't know. I'm your friend. Why would you? Like, calm down. And then Countess Luann is trying to tell her why, you know, she's just like, I want it to be a nice time. You know, to be honest, the ladies weren't supporting her in the beginning. And they made this whole big drama about Tom, whoever she's marrying. And she just don't want that there. She doesn't want the people who did not support the relationship there. Understandable. But in the middle of her like begging to come to this wedding that she said she wasn't even going to anyway, when she thought that she was getting an invite, she says people are taking bets on if it's going to happen. And Countess Luann is like, this is why I did not invite you. And even Bethany was just like, this is why you're not invited. You're a terrible person. Oh, Ramona, I don't feel like she does it on purpose. You know what I mean? I feel like there are things that she does that's very calculated, especially for screen time, because that softcore porn thing that she did with Bethany, that was very calculated, and that was purposefully. But I feel like a lot of stuff she doesn't really have a censor, so she says what she's thinking without it going through a filter of that's wrong or right to do to an actual human being. She doesn't have that filter, which makes great TV, but a terrible friend. Lord, when Sonia finds out that Carol is helping Tinsley move into her building, child, that's when it's gonna get good. That's when it's gonna be the drama and the nastiness and the pettiness that this show is known for. That's what I'm looking forward to. Come on, ladies, bring it! I can't say it enough. Sonia is so nasty. Like, they're sitting there just chatting, and she just opens her behind and just passes gas. Like, why is she so funky? I don't understand this lady. Oh. Why did Bethany call Ramona Tells from the Crypt? Oh, my God. That was so perfect. I mean, let me tell you something. Bethany cannot shade to your face, but she shades in them confessionals. And you know what? I found out because I'm subscribed to Cadillac Kimberly. She is like the first original messy like YouTuber. Okay. She said that she will write Phaedra's reads and jokes for the reunion. And I guess for her confessional. So I'm feeling like, it's Bethany, but Bethany's naturally funny. So is she getting, I don't know if she has somebody writing for her, but now that I know that that's something that, you know, the Housewives do, I wouldn't put it past her, but man, to call Ramona the Crypt Keeper, girl, yes! That was a good one. Whoever wrote that, pay him double, okay? That was a good one. That was a good one. Wow. Sure. I'm very disappointed in you, Bethany. Ramona is crazy. Ramona is nuts. Bethany is me. Because, like, I feel like Bethany was the viewer reaction because she's sitting there, she's watching Ramona, and she's like, what is going on? Like, I'm very disappointed in you. You know what? I was there for you when you were sick. And this is why I'm telling you, if you can bring up what you've done for somebody in a time of need or out of the kindness of your heart, it really wasn't out of the kindness of your heart. You really did not mean to do it because you only did it to have something to bring up to them, to try to keep them on a leash or a ledge, or to try to make them feel for you or have your side whenever you feel like it's necessary. If you're going to do something out of the kindness of your heart, do it. Don't try to bring it. Don't do it to bring it up or to have receipts on people later on when you guys all have a disagreement. Ramona is wrong. Like, Ramona should just apologize. I feel like her and Bethany have a long enough relationship where if she apologized, it would be done. But Ramona went so low and so deep, it really hurt Bethany. Like I said before in my last review, don't go off script. These ladies go off script all the time and it messes up their relationship. Stay on the script of the show. You're going off script, bringing up softcore porn. I don't know what producer told you to say that, but honey, they're going to get fired. Let me tell you something. Producers dropping tea and try to giving other castmates some deep, dark information or getting fired from shows. Check the receipts of Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. This is going to be a whole new show come season 10. Ramona is just wrong, and she really just needs to apologize to Bethany the right way. Really be sincere about it. But she's so upset that she just doesn't want. She's upset that Bethany just won't get over it, but it's like you went so low. You know, you brought up something that we, the viewer, didn't know, and you also put her child in it in the same sentence. So it's that was just really low, and that was just beyond. And I agree with her being upset with you, and I think Ramona wants Bethany to play within the borders of the show, because they all do stuff like that, but I don't think anybody's ever went this far. But you know what, Bethany did go really far, calling Countess Luann a whore for like 2 hours. So man, it's difficult sometimes when you cross that line. I don't know if you're going to get back, and I don't think I don't think that they're going to be able to get to a healthy place unless Ramona sincerely apologizes. But Ramona doesn't know how to apologize, because everybody thought that she was going to apologize to Bethany, and she just made it worse. She insulted her even more. Like, what are you doing, Ramona? Stop drinking that Pinot Grigio. It's messing with your mind. So the episode basically ends with Bethany walking out and the rest of the ladies leaving out because it was awkward. I don't know what's going to happen with this Bethany and Ramona thing. I feel like it's going to be a storyline for the season for the group. I feel like this is probably going to be the end of their friendship, but they always break up and get back together. Like, these friendships on the show are so fractured. I don't know which one is real anymore. The only one I feel like that's real, like that they hang out outside of this show for real, is Sonia and Ramona and Carol and Bethany. I don't think that Countess Luann really have any friends outside of this show. Like, a lot of times when I watch this show, the ladies have said, well, we haven't seen you in 6 months. And so that means that they haven't seen her since the last time they filmed together. So I don't know. This may be the end of Bethany and Ramona. Probably until the next season, but who knows? Anyway, next week looks to be interesting. The men, we're going to have a lot of men of the Housewives on the show coming up, and that's fine. I don't mind the men being on this show, because like the Housewives of New Jersey, the men on the show know their place. They do not get in between the ladies and get in all the drama. It's just the Real Housewives of Atlanta that are punking the men. And I'm sick and tired of these black men sitting up gossiping in situations with women and bucking up again. I don't like it. Real Housewives of Atlanta needs a whole revamp. But anyway, we're not talking about them. Anyway, next week looks interesting, and I will see you next week for the next episode of Real Housewives of New York. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next week for Real Housewives of, I was about to say Atlanta. I do too many of these damn housewife shows. New York!